Hey Chloe, how are you today? You good? Because I'm quite good. Today we're going to talk about time. You have time, I have time. But if you have time, that means maybe your life expectancy goes around, 13 years old? 15 years old? For people, we have something like 76 years old. And right now I'm in my early adulthood, which means I've already used up, let's say, a third of my life. For you, you still have lots of time left. So you can still do so much. And that goes for you as well. Most of us, we have a really high life expectancy. But to some of us, we've already used up a big portion of that. And like with Chloe over here, she doesn't know what's going on. Like with her over here, you never know what the next day holds. But what dogs do really well is that they know exactly how to have fun and how to love and do all the important things in life. With people, we need a long time to live to still learn to do that. But we need to remember that we have lots of disposable time to us. And to put things in perspective, I'm only 28 years old. And if I put that next to a life expectancy of, let's say, 76 years old, that gives me a good amount of time that I still have left to do something. However, in order for me to get there, I really need to be able to do what's important. To many people, you would go out day by day and you would go to work because that is what is expected, as well as you need to pay the bills and things, and you've become very comfortable, but also very complacent, because you don't strive for your dreams and you don't really follow what once was something that you looked up to and forward to when you were younger. Now just becomes something really difficult for yourself. But I think the important thing that we have to do is we have to find hobbies and things that we like and do as much of that as possible, because the more we do that, the more we'll realize what we actually like to do. Just like with Chloe, all that she likes to do is play and eat. Chloe, do you like to get a wash? Oh, see, now she's getting all agitated because she doesn't like to get a wash. And people still do things that they don't like. But with dogs, they don't do what they don't like. And for us, we should also be exactly the same and just do the things that we do like to do, because there's no point living life just going day in, day out, but not enjoying what you're doing. I mean, a dog has a very simple life. They can just relax and wait for food and be loved and play with people. That's really what's important to them. But for us, we have a bigger calling, I believe. We are part of civilization where we have to bring our part into the world and actually make some changes if possible. We also have to remember that we only have a few hours each day that we can actually use productively. If you look at your day, you only have 24 hours, and let's say on average each person sleeps 8 hours a day. It means that you only have another 16 hours to do your normal chores, to do work, to follow your dreams, a bunch of things that takes a lot of time. But in retrospect, you also have to think, how much do you actually get done within the time allocated, because many people will not be able to complete their daily tasks. However, what is important is to remember that one does not just live day by day. Hopefully everyone has a bigger plan and we strive to become something better one day. And in accumulation of like a month together, we'll definitely be able to make some changes to our life and become a better you. And there's a reason why habits are very important. So tired, right? Are very important. Because the more you do something, the more it becomes a habit, and the less you think about it, but you're actually gaining a lot more from it, because there's no more thought going into it, but it has become part of your life that drives you into the direction that makes you a better person. And with all of this being said, we have to know that there's no point just rushing into something hoping for quick success in anything that we do. Anything that is worth getting is worth the hard work and time and effort that's put into it. So I do believe that one should strive to become, let's say you wanna achieve success of some sort. Give yourself at least 5 to 10 years. Build skill sets, add to that skill set in a specific direction. But remember, this will be to your advantage, not to just rush into something, become super burnt out, and feel that, okay, after 3 months or 6 months I've given it my all, but nothing has come from it. Whereas if you would do something at a decent pace where it is sustainable and you are able to add skill sets to yourself and to the specific industry that you are willing to go into, you'll definitely be able to make some changes to your life and be able to go into the industry that you love with all the knowledge behind you. If you just rush into something, you're going to be super burned out and you might not even like it anymore. And because there's no more liking to do something, it means you've wasted a lot of time getting to where you want to be, but never really following through. And I think you still have to push yourself, of course, but as you do that, you need to have fun. If you don't have fun, there's no point following through. There's no point doing anything, because if you are choosing a certain direction, it means you're going to stick with that for, let's say, at least 5 to 10 years, trying to make a success of it. And if you're not making a success of it, it means that you haven't put in enough thought or effort into it, or it is really something that you don't actually like. But by doing this, you'll definitely discover yourself and be able to see, well, I've gone into this direction, I've had the want to achieve more, and by doing so you'll actually realize, well, I can do more of a certain thing, or you actually don't like doing certain parts of this industry that you're in right now. And remember, there's always a possibility to outsource anything of your life to another person, because some people like to do some things where you don't like to, or let's put it this way, you don't like to do certain things, but there are people who do like to do those things. So you are able to outsource anything to anyone. You just need to search properly and you'll find the right person. And then another thing is, don't put yourself in a box and say that you're willing to change, or you should be able to change and willing to change, because if you're not willing to change, you'll never end up where you would want to be one day. Because let's say you are now at level 3 in your life. There's no levels really, but let's say you're in level 3 and you want to get to level 10. For you to be able to get to level 10, it means that you're currently in level 3, you're in this category, but you're not able to grow to here without changing, without stepping outside of your comfort zone and giving different things a different approach and chance. Because the less you give things a chance, the less you will change, and the less likely you'll be to end up where you want to be one day. So we just need to remember that our mind is the most powerful part of our body, and our mind tells us exactly where we want to go and how we will get there. And our mind is able to overcome most difficulties, whether that is things within our control or outside of our control. And if it is outside of your control, you just have to have the proper mindset to tell yourself, well, I can't change this anyway, so what is the reason for me being hung up on it? So rather just accept it for what it is and realize there's no point spending any energy on it, because you won't be able to change it, but rather focus it inwards to yourself, and you'll be able to make great changes to your life, because you'll be able to address the things that are changeable within your reach. So with all that being said, I think it is important to once again remember that we do have time and we have a long life, but don't waste it. Be willing to change, be willing to step out of your comfort zone and see the world for what it is. Even if you have to, take a step back and just realize, well, there are so many industries for one to be involved with. You've maybe been brought up in a world where one is pushed to be an employee of someone, but that's not what you want to be, and you haven't been exposed to the necessary things for you to open your mind to all the changes, and therefore you need to instill those changes in your life and see what you like. And I believe by doing the proper research and by doing the proper hobbies or experimental things that you like, and see how that has an impact in your life, give it a shot. I mean, nothing bad is going to happen in your life by changing some small things in your life. There's always a chance for you to come out as a better person. And remember, you just don't have to take on everything at the same time. You can take it up one thing at a time, take it up for a month, make it part of your daily routine. And by doing so, you'll be able to see, well, this is something that I really want to follow through with, or I don't want to. And 30 days is not that much within your life. However, it is a long enough time to make something an habit, if you would like to do that. And I do believe that if you make some things habits, your routine will be able to be put in such a way that you don't have to think about these things anymore, and you just follow through without actually thinking. But it is something that has a major implementation in your life, and you'll be able to reap major rewards from it. So yeah, with that, I'll leave you. You'll think about all of this for a little bit, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye bye.